Hey friends, welcome back. Today we're going to be chatting about all the books that I read in the month of May and also restructuring my June TBR a little bit. If you don't know, I do a seasonal TBR game called Spin the Bottle TBR. I love it a lot. I had already done that for this spring season. So April, May, and June, I already have a TBR for. I'll link it down below if you care and want to check out the TBR game. It's super fun. But since I filmed that, I have acquired many new books and I want to do an edit. I want to just change what I'm going to be reading for June. Just like a little update, if you will. All right. Speaking of, I need to grab a couple more books that I know I want to read. One second. I honestly don't know who I think I am with this TBR, but yeah, this is impossible. Whatever. Let's just live in delusion. All right, we're gonna live in delusion for June. Sounds good. Let's talk about May first though. I need to get these books out of my mind. My most recent reading vlog, the one I posted right before this video. If you haven't seen it, I would love if you went and showed it some love. I had to spend a lot of time and energy on it. I love it. Genuinely really proud of it. So I will link it down below. I did a swapping screen time for reading time and it is a feature-length film. It's an hour and a half. But I discovered in the beginning of that video, unbeknownst to me, that apparently I've been in a reading slump all of April and May, at least all of April. And this month was a little bit better because I did find a new favorite book, but everything else was pretty all right. All right. First and foremost, I will talk about the books that I read in that video that I just mentioned, just because it seems to flow the best. Okay. And also I think I read the most books in that video for that month because I was in a reading slump. Okay, I actually finished, oh my god, 5 books in that video. Crazy. Look at me go. For even more thoughts on these 5 books, please watch the video. I would really appreciate it. I will give you my star ratings and general thoughts, but again, deeper thoughts will be in that video. First, I read Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. This one ended up being a 2-star for me. It's like a modern day witchy story, and I just didn't love the modern verbology or technology that was associated with the covens. I much prefer a more old-timey witchy atmospheric story, and this one was super political, which is fine. As I've said before, I don't disagree with anything Juno Dawson was doing, but I just did not like how she wrote the book. I didn't like a lot about it. Next, I read The Rivals by Jane Peck. This is book 2 in the Verifiers series. I liked it. I think I'm giving it a 3 or a 3.5. This is a situation where a main character works at almost like a sleuthing detective agency in a way, where people come in requesting them to look into people that they're dating on dating apps to see if they're really who they say they are. And there's a lot of drama within it. It's fun. I like Jane Peck's writing. I think I liked the first one more than this one though. I also read The Thief Lord by Cornelia Funk, which was super fun. This was a childhood book for me. I think I literally might get some of these little icons. There's another one that I really need, this one. Especially this one. I don't know if it's too bright to see it, but that one might get it tattooed on my body, honestly. I love this. This is a middle grade book. It's a childhood book for me. One that I checked out upwards of 10 times from my elementary school library and never finished it. I still don't know why I never did. It was fun. I liked it. I think I'm giving it a 4. Cornelia Funk's writing is so atmospheric and so good. I feel like I've been to Venice. I also read The Atlas 6 by Miss Olivia Blake, and unfortunately, I didn't really love it. The first 40%, super into it, loved it a lot, really excited, but then we did nothing. We went nowhere, nothing happened. By the end of the book, I was just happy that it was over, unfortunately. I think I will try the second book in the series just because I own it already, but yeah, I was upset about it. Then one of my new favorite books, probably will be in my top 10 of the year. I also read in that video. It was Bat Eater and Other Names for Corazing by Kylee Lee Baker. This you should look up trigger warnings for. It is horror, it is creepy, it is eerie, it is emotional. It is a very difficult book to read, but it was so good. It is set in 2020 in New York City. Our main character is Corazing. She is a crime scene cleaner, and there are a string of hate crimes targeting Chinese women going around the city, and things start to blend with reality and fantasy in this book a little bit, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Read cautiously, for real. Take care of yourselves. It's so freaking good though, 5 or 6 stars for me. I also read for a different video that came out in the beginning of the month. Don't even remember. Oh, I was like, I don't even remember what video it was. But it was like figuring out what color reader I am and reading the books on that list. Another video that I was really proud about, but I didn't have the best results in that video. One of the books that I finished in the beginning of May for that video is Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. This one, it's very much like a book of its time, is how I feel about it. I didn't like quite a few things in this book and felt weird about quite a few things in this book, particularly how women were written and also how like sexuality and trans identity was discussed. And again, I am not trans, so I can't say for certain that it was done poorly, but I felt just odd about how Murakami wrote about these certain topics. I will say that the writing otherwise, very cool. The story is very cool. It is definitely like up my alley in terms of like being weird and surreal, but foundationally, another book that I just couldn't wait to be finished with. I think I gave it like a 2.5 or a 3. The other book for that video was actually On Writing by Stephen King. Listened to this one on audio and it was good. Honestly, it was probably a fault of my own. I didn't know that it was actually going to be a memoir for him because it's titled as A Memoir of the Craft. And so I thought it was only going to be about writing, but it really was like his memoir with like sprinkled advice and stories about writing and like how to make your craft better. And you know, the first like 35-ish% heavy memoir. The latter half of the book was more so sprinkled in little writing advice and things like that. The advice he does share is really good. I wrote down quite a few quotes that I really enjoyed. I'm not gonna rate it because it's a memoir, you know, so I don't need to give a rating to someone's life. I will say that it gave me more perspective on the guy, even though I haven't liked any of his books. Next, oh my god, I only have one more that I finished. I had 2 DNFs this month too. I read The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields, and I know that this book does not have very good reviews at all, and I want to know why. I had a good time. I think that this is very reminiscent of The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. If you liked one, you probably will like the other. This is a cozy queer fantasy, and it was just cute. Like, I read this at the exact time that I needed to read it. I pulled it out of my Greenhouse Compendium jar. It's like a jar that has a bunch of recommendations from my patrons, and I did an exclusive reading vlog for my patrons where I just randomly didn't know what to read, so I picked a book out of the jar, and this was it. And it was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted. Like low stakes. I mean, there still were like exciting things happening, but like I went in just for like a cozy, good magic time, and that's what it was. Like, I acknowledge that maybe like the plotting and the character development, maybe, I don't know, certain things maybe were done not as good as they could have, but also sometimes reading is just for a good time, and that's what this was. I enjoyed it. I'm giving it a 4. If I'm being super critical, a 3.5, but like, I don't freaking care. Here, have a 4, you know? Okay, the 2 DNFs that I had this month, The Love Hypothesis by Ellie Hazelwood, I DNF'd at 7%. There was nothing about it that I wanted to continue. I'm so sorry. Didn't like the characters, I didn't like the writing, I didn't like the situation, I just didn't care. So I don't know. I will probably be donating this book. I don't think that I want to try again. However, my other book that I DNF'd, it's a soft DNF. I will try this one again at some point. It was The Book of Azrael by Amber V. Nicole. I could see myself really liking this book. I just have to be in the mood for a romantasy, and I don't think when I tried to read it, it was the time to read it. I want to say I got to at least page 100, and I wasn't having a bad time, but I just really didn't care. So I will try this one again for sure. It just wasn't the time. And that's it. That's it for my wrap up, but I do want to go through a couple changes in my TBR. A few books that are aggressively at the top of the list because I must read them. They're for book clubs. My own book club, mine own. Last month's book club pick was Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. Our book club discussion for this is the 3rd Sunday this month, I think, so I'm gonna read it before then. This is staying on the TBR, obviously. Then we are also doing a series read-along for the Bloodsworn Saga, and Shadow of the Gods is first on the list. Each book is getting 2 months to read, and I didn't start this one last month. This is for May and June, so I have to read it this month. Then I am on the book troop with Gabby, as well as a co-host with me and Kayla, Immaculate Conception by Ling Ling Wong, which I'm really, really excited about, especially to discuss it with them. I think it'll be really good. And I know that Ling Ling Huang's writing is just really beautiful and atmospheric. So I am excited to read it. This is obviously staying on the TBR. And then listen, there are so many others. Okay. It is Pride Month, first and foremost. So we must be reading some queer books. Am I right? A short little TBR for a video that maybe you might know what it is if you've watched my videos, because I've talked about it in the past, but maybe you're new and that's fine. You can be surprised. I'm not telling you what the video is, but these 3 books will be in a video. I think I'm gonna do 4 books actually. Well, see, this is the problem. Like, who do I think I am to fit all these books? These are potentials, okay? These are the potentials is what I'm gonna do. A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttlesworth is book 1. Dragonfall by L.R. Lam is book 2. And then Raybearer by Jordan Ifueko is book 3. These 3 are going to be for a video, but a 4th book in that video, if I have time, would be Tales from the Cafe by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. Maybe I would just get the audiobook for this one and like listen to it during the week or so that I'm reading those 3 books. That might be the vibe. For a different video, I think I'm gonna do it in June. That's the plan. If not, this video might come out in July, but it is going to contain The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, as well as Vilest Things by Chloe Gong. This video also has potential to have at least 1 or 2 more books in it, but I don't even know what those are yet because it involves a wheel and it's very exciting. Then listen. Over my Patreon every single year for Pride, I do a readathon called Gameathon. It is joining our loves for gaming and also reading and supporting queer literature. We have merch for it. Look at all of this. Look at all this merch. Me and Caleb designed and are stitching them all myself. They're embroidered. I'm literally so proud of it. It's really exciting, okay? If you want to participate or if you want some of the merch, it is Patreon exclusive this year. I'm thinking about making it public next year, which would be really fun. But for now, this year especially is Patreon exclusive. So please check out my Patreon if you want to join and come hang out with us. We would love to have you. That being said, one of the books for my readathon specifically, I'm going to be reading ASL by Janine Thornton. This is literally gaming and queer, so it's the perfect book. That's all I know about it. That's all I know about it. I just love how it looks. I love everything about it. Then, also, if you've watched any of my recent videos, I have probably mentioned Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinneman. This isn't gay, which is unfortunate, but it is gaming. It's like an RPG book. And I'm just so excited to read it because I have heard nothing but good things. This book was in my dream couple weeks ago. Like, I dreamt about this book and then I woke up and had to buy it. So this is going to get read this month. And then, hold on. There's one book that need to look up, see if it's gay. Ooh. Oh, well, there's another book that I really want to read, and apparently there are gay characters in it, which is so fun. The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson. It has been catching my eye since I bought it. I really want to read it. So I think I'm just gonna put this on the list too. How am I gonna do all this? I don't know. Mind your own business. Oh, I'm also actively listening to Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, reading it on my Kobo right now. So I am actively going to finish that. I am also carrying over The Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb. I'm keeping it on my active TBR because I want to read it. I just have to balance mood and video projects and also writing and everything else that I'm doing in my life, which is a lot, which is why this TBR is insane. But you know, all of that being said, this stack looks great. I feel much better, even though I know that it's a lot. I'm still excited about it. This might obviously bleed over into July a little bit. I think I'm going to do a new Spin the Bottle TBR for the month of July for the summer months. So keep a lookout for that. This was just like chatting through it with you guys so that I can have a more structured June TBR because I needed that. I also reserve the right to mood read any queer book that I come across. Also, really quick, my book club, which I already talked about my Patreon, but this month's book club pick is Don't Let the Forest In. The author is, I think, C.G. Drews. Yes, this is our book club pick for the month. It is going well per the Discord. But yeah, I reserve the right to mood read as always. I am excited about this stack. I feel good about it. Let's get some pages in June. All right, let's do it. Let's get back on our game. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me for a little bit. If you are still here, then leave me the rainbow emoji down below in the comments. And while you're down there, please do subscribe and like the video. I really appreciate your support. And of course, be kind to one another and happy reading. See you later. Bye.